I think my wife cheated, but I can't prove it. Struggling. This happened a few days ago. Have been too stressed to update TBH. Spoke with my wife. The whole thing turned into a shit show. We started by calling Brad. I was oddly very nervous about this. My wife called from her phone. He answered, and she explained that I needed to talk to him. After a long pause, he said, "Okay, this should be interesting." I didn't beat around the bushes and ask him why he thought it was okay to send my wife a picture of his dick. Another pause, and he said, "I'm not doing this shit," and he hung up. I informed her that we would be doing a polygraph, both of us. She was totally fine with this. Since the test only allowed yes or no questions, I read her the questions I would ask and allowed her to answer. 1. Did you have sex with Brad? She answered, no. No need you elaborate. 2. Did you ever kiss Brad? I didn't, but he kissed me the last time I was at his place, so I left. He also groped me briefly while he kissed me. We agreed she would answer no during the test. 3. Did you want to have sex with him? She paused. No. I thought about it. Well, I didn't think about it, but I wondered what it would be like. I followed up by asking WTF did she mean by that? She said, well. Long pause. When I saw his dick, I was like, that thing is huge. So I thought that it might be fun, but didn't actually plan to do anything. I started to ask my next question, but then yelled, I'm sorry, my dick isn't fun enough for you. Got up and went to our room to grab some clothes and leave for the night. It was kind of irrational on my part. I've always been a little insecure about my manhood. Statistically, I'm above average. Yes, I've measured in about 6.25 inches, since I'm sure everyone will wonder. During our swinging days, it became clear that she had a preference for larger dicks. I try not to let it bother me, but it always did. Honestly, hadn't thought about it for years. What my wife said was kind of triggering. Objectively, fantasies are not cheating, and most people have them. I don't want to be mad about what she said, but I am. I already felt insecure, now even more so. I always knew she wasted bigger. But then I think, who cares? She picked me. Nobody has everything they want. I wish she had bigger boobs, so how am I any better? Anyway, I left the house for a hotel. She was begging me not to leave, but I left. She called and texted a lot. I eventually texted that I just need to calm down. I decided that this was not going to be the reason we would divorce, but I was genuinely hurt and embarrassed. Eventually, I got a call from my daughter's phone. I was going to be pissed if my wife used her phone. I answered, and it was my daughter. My wife was having a panic attack. My daughter kept calling me mean. I decided to go back. Sure enough, she was in the fetal position crying. I kneeled next to her and held her up and hugged her. She kept repeating that she didn't do anything, like said it a billion times. This was not what I wanted for the mother of my kids, and begins told that really bothered me. A lot. I have decided to believe her. I don't feel like I have any other choice. I slept with her, and that was nice/not nice. Next morning, she wanted to have sex. She often deals with stress with sex. Unfortunately, I couldn't get it up. Just couldn't. I feel embarrassed by my size and couldn't get an erection. I called off work that day. She was a mess and kept saying that she needs help, but she couldn't tell me what she needed. Took her to urgent care, and she received a 14-day supply of an antidepressant and Xanax. We had a follow-up with her primary care doctor, and he prescribed the medication long-term. She's still a mess, and so am I. I really do feel like a jerk. I've decided to not focus on what happened and let it go. Sorry that the update was kind of boring.